Hey guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and this is a 1968 138 car. Yeah, she's got a 4-speed in her too, and it is one beautiful Chevelle. Look at the paintwork on this car. Just looking sweet as can be. Love this color. It's got a real fine metallic in it. The body lines are looking good. All the emblems look good. I tell you, the grille itself looks like a brand new unit. That SS emblem in the middle there, 138, baby. Now take a look at that bumper also. That bumper chrome is looking sweet. Tell you, this car is just absolutely awesome. We just did our drive in it, driving around the subdivision. I can't tell you how many people were cranking their heads around, taking a look at this thing. Look down the side of it. Look at the stance on this car. I mean, this thing is going to draw a crowd no matter where you go. She is one beautiful unit. We got a great looking door gap there in the front. You can see all the reflections in that paint looking good. Door handle looks like it's brand new. All this trim looks like it's been replaced. All this trim looks great. Let's pop open the door here. You can see that door panel and all the interior look absolutely gorgeous. We've got new carpeting in there. We got seat belts in the rear. Looks like we got a couple extra parts in here I think the guys forgot to bring out. I guess we don't need those things. I was just driving a car earlier. That black interior, man, it really sets the car off. That Hurst shifter in there, you can see the air conditioning ducts underneath the dash. It's got aftermarket air conditioning on it, keeping you nice and cool. All the finishes on the dash look good. I'm going to point out later when you see me driving it, it's got aftermarket gauges. Those gauges are all mounted right in the stock location. Just looks sweet. And look at the stance on this thing. That's what a muscle car should look like, man. She's beautiful. Now you can see all the trim back here, the chrome, the tailpipes, just everything, man. The attention to detail on this car is phenomenal. Let's see, I got 2 keys to choose from. Which one do you think it is? They look like they're both the same, so I got a pretty good chance of having the right one. Look at that. Look inside the trunk there, man. You want to talk about beautiful? It's gorgeous. Anybody that spends this much time restoring a trunk, you know they did the rest of the car right. Always pull up the mat. Please do me a favor. If you're buying a car, pull up the mat. All the wiring's nice and neat in here. You can see that there's a spare tire in here. Hopefully you never need that. We got great looking paint on the bottom side of the deck lid. And you can see they took the latch out when they did the restoration. That's cool. You can see the rubber and the gutter system there, all looking sweet. She is just gorgeous. And then here's my favorite view, right down the side there. You can check out that beautiful stance. You can see it's nice and straight. Body man and the paint man did a beautiful job on this thing. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we don't do consignment. Everybody knows that. So we own this car. We did our homework before we bought it. Then the first thing that happens to every car, truck, vehicle that we bring in here is they go up on the lift and we go through an inspection process that enables us to answer every one of your questions when you call Tom at 248-974-9513. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell button so every time we get a cool car just like this, you may be the first one to know. baby's got some power. 4-speed big block 68 Chevelle. Man, beautiful restoration on this one. And we can park it in your driveway no matter where you live in the world. You just give Tom a call at 248-974-9513. He'll tell you all about this car. She is a beauty. This is a showstopper right here, man. People are going to be coming from far and wide to check this baby out. I love the color on it too. It's kind of unusual. You don't see this color very often. I tell you what, this baby wants to giddy up and go. It's got fuel injection on it. And I'm telling you what, she'll set you back in the seat. Now we can also help you out with financing. So call Tom anytime. He'll tell you exactly what to do. He can either get the banker on the phone for you, or you can go right to our website and fill out an app online at VanguardMotorsales.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell button so we can send you a notification every time we get a cool car like this one in. Look down here on the dash, that's all custom. Isn't that sweet? What's so cool about it, it's in the stock locations. They look like they belong there. Then we have an aftermarket radio in it that looks like it belongs there. The vintage air, all the components there, and the switches look like they belong there. We got vintage air ducts underneath the dash. Here we go again. Man, this thing's cool. I love it when you've got some power and some pipes and a 4-speed. Now we're going to put this baby up in the air for you. And we're going to show you just how nice the bottom side is too. We do that on every car at Vanguard. Nobody else in the industry does every car. At Vanguard, every car goes up on the lift. Now we're coming up on our shop here at 15100 Keel Street. And if you want to send an inspector or come in yourself, no problem. We'd love to have you. Come on in and stick with us. We're going in the air with this one right now.
Okay guys, unfortunately Greg had to take a step out of the shop here, so I'm going to finish this video up with you guys. So this is our 1968 Chevelle. This is the underside of the car. So first thing I'm going to point out, we do have a upgrade stainless steel fuel tank in it, obviously brand new. They have isolation straps in it as well, so you don't rub any holes in anything. The trunk floor pan looks nice and solid on it as well. I don't see any metal brakes here. It looks like I'm seeing a lot of factory, like where the factory seams were at. I'm not certain if it's original or not, but if it is, they didn't patch it all in. It looks like it's actually, if it is replaced, it looks like it was done as one piece. But overall, very, very solid on the car. Speaking of stainless steel, we do have a set of aftermarket exhaust pipes on it. Looks like a MagnaFlow kit, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, it's all Mandrel bent and everything. Looks like it was made for the car. As far as the rear end goes, this is a GM 12-bolt rear end. This is going to be 3/7/3 gear ratio, which is a nice, popular kind of middle of the road, very sporty, but still, you know, drivable in modern traffic kind of gear ratio. It is limited slip or posi for you Chevy guys. Now, holding all in the car here, you can see we have our lower control arms here. This is the like a aftermarket, like a boxed style lower control arm. The upper is also aftermarket. That looks to be like a it's QA1 actually, a QA1 adjustable. Upper control arm for the rear end on this one. Brand new shocks on the rear, no big surprise. MagnaFlow mufflers. Looks like a new drive shaft in it, like it's all polished up, really nice. As far as your brake lines and stuff like that go, we do have, looks like a brand new brake line on this side, brand new fuel line over here. And if I didn't mention it, we do have drum brakes in the rear on this car. Looks like a fresh set of wheel cylinders in it, fresh brake lines back here on the rear axle as well. Now, one thing I'm going to point out while I'm down here, and you're going to see it, of course, when you get under the hood here, you can see we've got, looks like a aftermarket fuel system stuff here, and there's a reason for a lot of that. We're going to see that in just a second. Once again, X-Pipe, that's going to be probably part of the exhaust system here. Once again, a little bit of a clue what we got going on under the hood here. We have an O2 sensor here, which is not something you typically see on old school cars. As far as transmissions go, we have a Muncie 4-speed. This is, I do not believe to be the original transmission for the car. I believe this is like a 1967 model year transmission, so close, but no cigar. As far as exhaust system goes, continuing forward, you got a full-length set of headers on it. Of course, it's all ceramic coated, no big surprise. Looks like 3-inch collectors, if I'm not mistaken. Moving forward to that, the underside of our 454 big block. Looks like we do have an aftermarket starter on it as well. Lower control arms look to be like of original type. However, they do have a set of QA1 coilover upgrade going on in here as well, so that is a little bit of a nice upgrade. Ball joints and everything look like they have been recent replacements, along with a lot of our steering and whatnot. You can see here, once again, all good new grease fittings on everything, brand new cotter pins in it, so this is all a very recent addition. Sway bar in the front does look like it is an upgrade style here. You can see we have upgrade polyurethane bushings, upgraded frame mounts and whatnot, so overall that's all been upgraded. Nice balancer on it as well. This is going to be an aftermarket style balancer. As far as front brakes go, you do have a set of disc brakes in the front. Looks like just OEM style for the year, purity correct for the year of the car. Rolling stock, we do have a set of, that was the pads in the rotor there, the caliper. BFGoodrich Radial T, a set of American Racing. This looks to be like a torque thrust style wheel. In the rear, probably a little bit bigger, 275/60 R15s back here. So once again, same tire and wheel combination. And let me actually get you a size for the fronts. It was 225/60 R15s, so you do have a little bit of rake on the car. And of course, looking at paint work on cars, this is the best way to look at paint on a car if you're looking to pick it apart, is from the bottom up. And you can see here, everything looks nice and clean. You can see like they did all of their finish work on the bottom side of this, which is something where a lot of body shops, when they start to like shave time, they don't do all this. So this car is actually, body work wise, pretty darn nice. So that all being said, let's go take a look at the 454 under the hood. All right, guys, so here it is, 454 big block Chevy. Now, there is a couple of upgrades here, but before I get to a lot of that, the base block is going to be like a 1970 to 1976 casting number, well, of course, 454. Now, they did dress it up with a set of Edelbrock RPM Performer aluminum cylinder heads. I know it does have a little bit of aftermarket rocker setup going on inside the valve, or for the valve train. As far as your induction system goes, you have a RPM air gap intake manifold. It's going to be kind of like a good mid-range kind of style intake manifold. And as you heard me mention underneath, we get a little bit of something extra going on with the fuel system. That is a Sniper EFI throttle body EFI setup. Now, just behind that here, looks like we have aftermarket ignition system there, of course, with the Sniper EFI coil going on there. That actually might be all run through the EFI setup, so you can actually adjust your spark advance and stuff like that, all kind of with it. Looks like a set of MSD Street Fire wires on it. It's got the nice I guess the socks on them to keep it from burning the wires and all that stuff. So they did think that far ahead and make sure that your spark plug wires, you get the maximum amount of life out of them. On the front of the motor, you can see they got a Edelbrock aftermarket water pump hung on the front of it here. They did kind of do a little bit of upgrading here when it comes to the front dress of the motor here. It also is all still V-belt, but we do have billet pulleys on it. And of course, we got a little bit of aftermarket stuff to tension all your pulleys and whatnot. Of course, power steering on the car. Looks like a little bit of an upgrade alternator on it. Modern air. This is going to be, of course, looks like a more modern style AC compressor here. And I'm not seeing a heater box over here, which is telling me it does have a modern AC unit in it. Once again, a brand new master cylinder and booster over there as well. Looks like a brand new wiper motor on it. Of course, everything's painted up in here. The car was taken apart to be painted. That's the proper way to do it. That's the nicest way to do it. As far as the cooling system goes, I already mentioned the water pump, but you can see that we do have looks like an aftermarket radiator in it with a set of big old twin electric fans on it as well, which is all good stuff to see, especially for cruising in modern traffic. Any of you car enthusiasts know it's important to have a properly functioning cooling system. And then outside of that, guys, that's just about it. They even put the insulation in under the hood. So, that all being said, give Tom a call at the number below, and we'll see you in the next one.